Right, we're going to be doing interpenetrations and developments of this over here, these two square pipes joining each other. You'll see that this square pipe is not in line with the axis over there, so we're going to get a very interesting interpenetration curve. To start with, we need to draw this thing. It says that it's got a side length of 34, and they've given you a point A on the page to start at, and that tends to stump people. You'll note over here, if I draw a line coming out over there, to the midpoint, I have a 45-degree line there, 45-degree line there, which means that length and that length are the same, which means that that length over there is 17, which means that if I draw a radius of 17, which I'm going to do over here, draw 17 radius over there, I can now draw in a square, just draw some construction lines at tangents to that circle that I just drew there. And I can then draw that in nice and quickly. And I have the correct distance from A. Right, once I've got that in place, it then says that I've got a 5mm gap over here between that corner and that line over there. Just draw a little construction line coming down over here. And we're going to take our pair of dividers and measure off a 5mm gap over there. Just measure 5mm down, and you can now draw a line coming out over here, on which you can then draw another little square. You can see the square, it says it's got a 20mm side. Same story as the last square that I drew. I'm going to draw a 10mm radius. Come in over here, anywhere along that line, and draw a 10mm radius circle going around there, and that means that I can draw in a square that is going to make tangents to that and tangents to that. So I can draw in my little square. This is an auxiliary view that I've just drawn over here. There we go. Auxiliary view over there. Okay, and I can draw in lines coming out from there in order to make the connection there. But I need to draw the the front view of this thing from this. I'm going to draw a line coming up over here. Line coming up over there. Line coming up over there. Draw a line coming across the base over here. I measure up. It says that I need to draw 60mm up from there, measure off 60mm going up over here, and draw in that line at 60mm going across the top. I know that I can see this line over here. I know that I will be able to see that line over there. This line over here, I'm just going to draw in as a construction line coming down. Right, once I've got that in place, I'm going to draw a construction line coming across. It says that I need to measure down 8mm over here, so I measure down 8mm on that line that I've got there, and it says that I've got a 45-degree angle that I need to make. You'll see that I've got that construction line coming out at the top there, and I'm going to draw a line going out like that, which then intersects over there. I can then draw a line coming down like that at 45 degrees, but I need to get that square in over there. I'm going to come along here to that line coming out there, and I'm going to draw a line just measured out like that, and from there I can measure out 20mm on that, mark that off over there, and I can then drop a line coming down over there, draw a line going at 45 degrees going across there, and I have then got all the information I need in order to draw that square in over there. Right, just going to draw that in dark. There we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Right, I've now got my auxiliary views in place, and I can then drop that down into my drawing over here. Line coming down over there. Line coming down over there. And I should have a line coming down over there, which they stop at that point, but it is actually going to continue. Right, let's do the numbering. I'm going to start with number 1 at the top over there. I'm going to come to number 2, number 3, and number 4. That's easy enough to put in. I'm going to take that number 1 and I'm going to drop it down onto that point. I'm going to take a line coming down over here from number 1, and it intersects with a line coming across over here, and I know that number 1 must be at that point over there. I'm going to take that number 1 and I'm going to place it over there. If you know your lines and points in space, you'll understand why I've put number 1 over there. Okay, number 1 is over there. Number 1 is over there. Number 3 is over there. Number 3 will be over there. I'm going to drop a line down from number 3, coming down over here, and you can see that number 3 is at that corner over there. I'm going to label that number 3 at that corner over there, and I need a line drop down from here on which I'm going to have number 2 and 4. Number 4 is furthest away from the XY axis, therefore number 4 will be at this point over here where it links up with that. There is number 4, and I can now join number 4 to number 1, like that, and number 4 to number 3. I've put this auxiliary view a little bit too close, unfortunately, but it's not going to affect things too badly. I'm going to then find point 4 is on the other side of 2. There is 2. I take that across, and there is my point 2 over there. So I can take that across and put it over there, and put it over there. Right. Our next story is to draw lines out from here, from 4 until it touches that surface over there. Right, I can see line 4 if I'm standing over here looking across, so I should be able to see a line 4 in this drawing over here. You can see over there, this line over here is 4 and 2. You can see those two lined up on there. So this line over here, if I extend it out, will take me out to where that point 4 is. I'm going to take this point over here, which we're going to label as 4, and I'm going to take that up over here, and I've now found point 4 on that line. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to say, well, where's point 1? Point 1 can come out over there. I'm going to be able to see that definitely. You can see that it's not touching there. It is now part of this face over here, so I can take a line coming up over there to find point 1. There is point 1 over there. All right, and there is point 1 over there. I'm going to come over here. There's point 3 over here, and I take that across. It also touches at that same point where point 1 is, so there's point 3 over there. I take that up, and I end up with a point 3, which is going to connect with a line coming down over there. Right, I know that I can see all 3 of those lines because they are right at the front. Okay, so I can see line 3, line 1, and line 4 over here. Right, I can also see that there is definitely a line that goes between 4 and 3 over there and 4 and 1. So I can draw that in with no issues. Draw that in quickly. There and there. And you've got a whole bunch of marks and you're very proud of yourselves. And now you say, okay, what's happening at the back over here? Can you see this line number 2? There is line number 2. Now, line number 2 is on the other side of this thing. So I've got a line number 2 coming down here, and I need to find where that intersects. Can you see that point over there? That is where line number 2 is going to intersect, and I'm going to take that line up over here. Okay, and I have now found where line number 2 is. See, there's line number 2, and that point over there is where line number 2 is. Now, what you guys do is you go, well, that's nice. I can then just draw lines that are going to go something like this, and you just draw a line from 2 up to somewhere, and 2 somewhere over there maybe, or you just go, well, there's a line that goes, and you are guessing now, and that's where you start losing your marks. Right, I want you to look at this. Is there a line that goes directly from 1 to 2 over here? No, there is no line that goes directly from 1 to 2. There is a line that is going to go out over there to that corner, and then back to 2. I need to see that on this diagram over here. How do I find that? Right, I come to my top view over here, and I'm going to draw a line coming out. I'm going to call that point over there. The point that is between number 1 and number 2, I'm going to call it point P. I'm going to drag point P over here, out. Can you see? It is between number 1 and number 2. There is point P. Can you see that point over there? That is called point P, between 1 and 2. I now take this distance over here, between 2 and P. And I go over here and I say, between 2 and P, I must have between 2 and P on this auxiliary view over here. I label that point P. I'm now going to take point P back from there. Let's just take that back over here. And point P is on that line over there. Can you see that point over there? There is point P. Do I have a line that goes between 1 and P? Yes, I do. Can I see it? No, I can't, because it's in hidden detail. It is behind over here in hidden detail. Do I have a line that goes between 2 and P? 2 and P, definitely there is a line that goes between 2 and P over there. That would be in hidden detail. And I would have a little piece of line coming down over here. That little piece over there between that point and that point is in hidden detail. Right, I have another point between 3 and 2. Can you see that? There's no line that goes between 3 and 2. There's no line that goes directly between those two. So I've got another point over here, which I'm going to call Q. Right, where is that? It is between 3 and 2. Do I have a line that comes out over there between 3 and 2? And I can now call that point Q over there. I take that measurement between 2 and Q over there, and that is between 2 and 3. So I go between 2 and 3, and I measure off the distance between 2 and Q, which is on this line 2 and 3. There is Q over there. I'm going to take that back from that point over there, coming back over here, and it intersects with Q over there, and I can mark off Q. Once I've got that in place, I can now draw a line which is going to go in hidden detail up to Q from 3, and a hidden detail line going from Q to 2 over there. There is the curve of interpenetration for that pipe going in there. I also have that little piece of hidden detail which is going to be in over there. Right, that is the curve of interpenetration, and we now need to do the development. Right, continuing here, we're going to do the development of the main pipe of this thing. And I start out, I draw a line coming out from the bottom of the view over there and the top over there. I'm going to draw a line coming down over here, just in construction lines. And I'm going to start out and I'm going to say, well, what are the true lengths of this square? Okay, that is obviously the square prism. There's my true length over there between that point and that point. Note, that is parallel to the XY axis. Therefore, there's a true length over there. And I can take that, and I know it's a square, so I'm going to mark off 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and I can then draw in a line which is going to go up over here. Let me just draw it in construction lines, and you'll see why I want to do construction lines, not dark lines to start with. There it is. There are my 4 sides of my square. Okay. I'm going to label them. Let's call that corner of the square S. That one T, W, and Z. Can't do my alphabet. Right, let's go. S, T, W, Z, S. Right. What is happening on S? What is happening on S? I've got 2 points there. What are my 2 points on this line S? It is P and Q, isn't it? So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to mark off where P and Q are. There is Q over there and Q over there. There is P over there. Mark those off and I can label those 2 points. There is Q over there and P over there. There is P over there and Q over there. Right, once I've got that in place, I now look and I say, okay, between S and T, I've got point 2. So there's S and T, and I need to find point 2. So I take a line out from point 2 over here, and I'm not going to need to find the true length distance between that edge of S to point 2. There's the edge of S, and point 2 is going to be placed over there. There is my point 2, and I know that there is a line that goes between Q and 2. I can draw that in, and I know that there is a line between P and 2. Right, I come over here and I say, now we are dealing between S and Z. S and Z, there is a whole lot more that is going to happen over here. I need to find point 1. I'm going to take a line coming out from point 1 over here. I need to find the distance between this line S and point 1. There it is. And I come over here to where point 1 is. There is point 1. Okay. And I know that there is a line between point P over there and point 1. So I can draw a line going between point P and point 1. I'm going to look for the distance between point Q and point 3. There's the distance between point Q and point 3. I come over here. I need to draw a line coming out from point 3 over there. And there's the distance from S to point 3. There is point 3 over there. I know that there is a line that goes between Q and 3. Let's draw that in. Okay. I now say, all right, there is a distance between S and 4 over here. Okay. Let's find where 4 is. I'm going to take a line going across from 4, and I've got a distance between S and 4 over there. There's line S. There's line 4. Take that across. Mark that off over there. And I found point 4. I know that there is a line that goes between 1 and 4 and 3 and 4. So I can draw in a line that goes between 4 and 3 there and 1 and 4 there. Right. If I cut that all out, I would end up with the development for that main pipe with the right hole in the side of it. Let's just draw those lines in. They need to be dark. Don't forget to draw those lines in dark. Don't forget to draw a line going down there and there. Remember the gap over there. Remember the gap over there. Right, the last part of this is to draw the development of the branch pipe over there. I'm going to draw a line coming out over there, and I can then draw a line coming across over here, starting over there. And I know that the true length distances for my square, it's a square, so they are equal length sides, and I can take that and mark that off. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right. Let's call that number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, going back to 1. Okay. What is the true length distance for number 1? Well, that's easy enough to find. We can draw that in just by drawing a line coming across over here. There is 1 over there, taking that across, and I've got point 1 over here. I can draw that in straight away. May as well just draw that in over there and draw that in over there. Right, where is number 2? I'm going to draw a construction line coming out from number 2, number 3, and number 4 over here. Right, once I've got those in place, I can find, well, let's start with number 4. I'm going to draw a line coming out from 4, and I'm going to label it. There's number 4. I'm going to draw a line coming out from number 3. From number 3, and there is number 3 over there. I'm going to draw a line coming out from number 2. And there is number 2. And what you guys normally do is you go, well, that's easy. I'm just going to draw a line between 1, there's 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 back to 1. The problem is that you don't do that. You need to find out where point P and Q are. All right? Do you have point P and Q marked on these things? Yes, you do. There they are. Between 2 and 3, I've got that distance Q. I go over there, and I need to mark off where Q is. There is Q over there. I need to draw a line coming out from Q. There's the line coming out from Q, and I need to find where Q is over there. There is the distance to Q. That's point Q over there. I need to find the distance between 2 and P. 2 and P is between 1 and 2. So I go, note that I'm taking the distance between 2 and P over there. I go to 2 over there, and I mark that off, and I label that as point P. I take a line coming out from point P over there, and I'm going to draw a line coming from point P, coming across over here, so that I end up with point P over there. Right, now I can draw a line which is going to go between number 1 and P. There is a line going between 1 and P. A line going between P and 2. A line going between 2 and Q. A line going between Q and 3. A line going between 3 and 4. And a line going between 1 and 4. And once you've done that, you are then complete on drawing this thing.